This is a short video about the glitch you probably have already heard about concerning Wells Fargo. It's a pretty simple thing. Wells Fargo makes money off of jacking your account every possible opportunity for overdraft fees and whatever. And no, there isn't any such thing as paying them money ahead so they don't do this. Yes, they say it is. No, it isn't. Not allowing a deposit to post guarantees multiple occurrences of them being able to do overdraft fees. What they do is they run the largest one first, not because it's the most important thing that you had an automatic payment on or a bill that you had to pay, but because it will cause the largest number of overdraft fees of $30 or whatever. The infamous $35 Starbucks overdraft card transaction. The process that you have to do for this, and I'll just get to the point, is you have to go in and state to them, because this is your company's fault. It doesn't matter if it's actually caused by it. You have to go in and say, here's a list of overdraft fees. All of them have to be completely reversed. Not one of them can be allowed through. There's no such thing in this condition of an overdraft fee being legitimate. They're all illegitimate because they're not allowing the payments to go in. It doesn't matter if it's a glitch. No one really believes that. Wells Fargo is one of many companies that got screwed sideways by the U.S. government for fines and fees and being forced to pay back lots and lots of depositors because they pulled this crap repeatedly. Wells Fargo is absolutely mind-buggeringly notorious for this crap. It is a scam. The only way to keep it from happening is have a continuous balance of about $1,000 so that there's, or whatever the number is you need, so that every single bill you have for a month, you have to make sure you have double that in the bank account constantly as the baseline, and then it has to go up and down from that, but it can't go below it. The reason is that if you don't do that, Consumer Reports did this sort of experiment, they will cause an overdraft fee even if you have a positive balance. That happened to me 5 times one year. They said, well, we have to leave at least one on. I was like, no, I'm suing you for all of the incidents, even if you pay it back. It's per incident. It's not whether you pay it back. It's the fact that you did it. Laws were passed at one time, unless a bunch of Republicans rolled it back, that said if a bank makes a mistake that's in their favor and won't undo it when you call them on it, you sue them for the occurrence, not for the amount of money. The occurrence itself is worth whatever the judge decides. And you take them to small claims court because they can't really argue at that point. And no, you never signed anything that says that they have to go through arbitration. Even if it's a click wrap license or whatever, which banks do, to prevent you from taking them to court, it is non-enforceable. Every single state has a set of laws purposely to keep them from being able to do this. Financial institutions or entities that process financial instruments are not allowed to do this in most states. Now, if you're in a state where a bunch of people got bribed, Republicans most of the time, not always, sometimes it's the Democrat that year, to remove these laws, the laws aren't actually removable. Because unless you already heard about it and everybody made a big stink about it, it wasn't actually passed. It was just done as a referendum or an assertion or something, but it's not really a change in the law. Financial institutions in each state and in the federal level and national level in your country all have these rules. Now, what's causing the glitch? The computer systems at Wells Fargo are refusing to acknowledge that deposits have happened. You could have put money into a bank account in a bank machine by depositing it or put in checks, and they could have processed it. But because their system always leaves any deposit pending on purpose with a delay, yes, they do that. It gives people time to retract it by canceling it. They're friendly to anybody who gives anybody money so that they can make sure if you got money by mistake or somebody just wants to screw with you by retracting the money, they can get away with it. They kind of make money off of every time they do that. Wells Fargo makes its money not from the crap they talk about, but by screwing over people who have very little money. It's all about overdraft fees for them. That, and they want to get rid of all the small depositors possible. So again, what you do is you go in and say, every single overdraft gets reversed and you're barred from doing overdrafts, and I know you can do this because you can do that as a setting on the account. It's normally an account setting that's done for the hoi polloi kind of people, but you tell them, no, because it's your mistake. Unless you do it, it is not showing you doing due diligence. You have to apply this until the glitch goes away, and then you can renege it at the end. But you can't charge me any overdraft fee. It doesn't even matter if it's actually affecting you. I recommend everybody as a protest go in and tell the bank, no, you're going to do this. I know you can. It's a setting. Because obviously they have overdraft protection for the people who pay for it. But they can give you a free overdraft protection. I've had that happen at the bank. Yes, it is Wells Fargo. And they basically said, well, we're having a problem with our systems. Then apply the overdraft protection, but don't charge me. It's your defect. If you don't do due diligence, this is a conversation that we're going to have because I'm recording it. I literally set a camera there. No, I'm literally recording this. It doesn't matter if it's an individual representative. You're required by law to fix this. It's your fault. Otherwise, it's wire fraud. And that's the last part of this 5-minute and 30-second video. What they're doing is wire fraud. They're refusing to process things the way they're required to legally. FDIC law requires that they acknowledge it as a form of wire fraud. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck.